So I've actually reorganised my background so it looks a little bit neater. How about that, huh? Hello everyone and welcome back to a new episode of Vinyl Community Friday. Today we're going to be discussing my personal collection of my rarest albums. So original pressings or stuff that's never been reissued and stuff like that basically. I'm not going to be including Record Store Day exclusives because I don't really count those as rare albums because you can find them on Discogs. Even if it's expensive, they're not really rare, they're just kind of Record Store Day stuff that is still widely available. There's a huge back catalogue of all the stuff that you can get. I mean, I've gotten stuff from, 2016, 2017 Record Store Days that have not been expensive at all. Things like some of the ELP live stuff that's been on for Record Store Day. There was this Yes album right here. This is a Record Store Day exclusive from a while ago, I think, and I was able to get that pretty easily. So I'm going to talk about things that are actually just very hard to find, or things that I deem rare, in my opinion. So you may disagree, but this is my personal collection of rare stuff. The first one I've got here, this is the self-titled 1970 album by Egg. This cost us quite a lot. This is not easy to find at all, and this was in perfect condition. It was still sealed. We paid an arm and a leg for it, but we love this album so much that we just decided to get it. It's a fantastic album, but in these vinyl community videos I don't really talk about the music, I just talk about the vinyl. So this is actually very difficult to find. I'm not sure if this is when this was reissued or anything, but this is still very hard to find on vinyl. Very easy to get on CD probably, but a lot of these rarer 70s prog albums are a bit more difficult to find. And there will be a lot that I will be talking about, but that is one of them. So the next album that I've got here is some progressive metal, which you're all going to be familiar with. This is Dream Theater's Black Clouds and Silver Linings. This came out in 2009, and I do not believe, to my knowledge, that this has been reissued. This is very hard to find. We spent a lot of money on this because I'm so in love with this album. I think even the box set was cheaper than this. I mean, this is very hard to find as a standalone album. Very easy to get on CD, but as a vinyl, very hard to find. So this is actually this is a 2009 press, and it was still sealed. It was in very, very nice condition. And it's just a fantastic album, but it has not been reissued to my knowledge. That's why I consider it rare. Anything that's not been reissued in a long, long time, I will put in this video that I own. But this is not widely available to buy it as a vinyl on Discogs, Amazon, or anything. It took me a long time to actually find this. I think we found it on eBay. Could have been eBay or Discogs, but we did find it not on Amazon. We don't really buy from Amazon that much. But. So next up, this is my copy of the first Camel album. This is a limited edition. Only 500 of these were pressed. I think this is possibly a 70s copy, but this was limited edition. It says here that it was pressed in 1973, which is when the album came out. Fantastic album, by the way. Camel are such a great band. But this is very hard to find. We had another copy of it, but we've sold since then. I think we've sold it on now. If not, you can check the store. It's in the description below. So yeah, but this is a very, very good album, and it was very hard to find a good copy of this without paying a lot for it. And it was somewhere in Europe. So a lot of the kind of rarer stuff we tend to seek out, it's in Europe. Not even really in America, it's usually somewhere in like Germany or Italy, which are great because they have a lot of the rare albums there that you can't really find. Alright, so the next one I'm going to talk about is this. So this is a first pressing of A Source Full of Secrets by Pink Floyd. We paid quite a lot for this, and this was in near mint condition, and this is the first edition. So this is a copy from 1968. I think that was when it was released. And it's just such... We haven't actually played it yet, I don't think, but it's in just such perfect condition. When we found this, we just thought this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We got it from this really, really nice guy on Discogs. We went over to his house and we picked it up there. It's just a fantastic album, and it was definitely worth the money that we paid for it because it is a first edition, first pressing in pretty much mint condition. very hard to find. And before you guys go into the comments, no, this is not for sale. This is ours. We're not giving this away. We're not selling it at all. This is staying in the collection because it's a very, very valuable and, you know, great album. We just want to keep it because this is the only copy we have on vinyl. Anyway, yeah, so this is a fantastic album, first edition. Next up, we got this album also from the same guy that we went to the house to get the Source Full of Secrets. This is Undweller's Dream, and this is Love and Poetry. It's like a 60s psychedelic-y kind of proggy album. This you cannot find anywhere. I've not seen this anywhere. It's so, so rare, and I think it's... Right. So the next one we have here, this is Undweller's Dream, Love and Poetry. This is a very, very good album. This is like psychedelic-y, proggy stuff from the 60s. This is just not available anywhere. It's quite like a unknown kind of band, I think, but this is a first edition. That's the first pressing, and yeah, you can't find it anywhere. Like, I found it on there was only like 2 on Discogs, and they were all going for like £1,000, and we picked this up for £15, so we got it for very cheap in comparison to 1,000. But it is a fantastic album. Unfortunately, it's not been reissued to my knowledge, but it is very good. And if you can find a copy of this for cheap, just grab it, because it is worth so much money, and it is a fantastic album as well. So this is definitely one to check out. Just music-wise, just check it out. It's really good. But I doubt you will find a vinyl copy of it anywhere for under £1,000. You will not find one. Next, I'm going to put 2 in 1 because they kind of fall under it's the same band. But these Graaff Generator albums have not been reissued. I think they've only ever been reissued once or something. But these are very, very nice copies. I've got a copy of Pawn Hearts and Still Life as well. But I'm holding up these two because these two were the most expensive ones that we got. So this is H to He and this is God Bluff. Both fantastic albums, unfortunately just really difficult to find. Hopefully Graaff Generator or the people behind it will reissue their albums. I guarantee you they will be expensive though. I know that Gentle Giant are reissuing Freehand, Stephen Wilson remix, so I'm definitely picking that up. But again, same with Gentle Giant, a lot of their albums haven't really been reissued or have been reissued only once. But anyway, going back to Graaff Generator, fantastic band. This we sourced out in Europe somewhere, and it was very, very quite expensive. Same with this one as well, but we wanted to get them so badly because we both, when I say we both, I mean me and my dad just love Graaff Generator, so we just decided to say why not and get them. I don't remember them being too expensive when we got them, but ever since on Discogs I've not been able to find at least a good copy of it for under £100. But yeah, these Graaff Generator albums are very hard to find. I'm very lucky that we were able to get one because I think the copy I have of H to He was a good like £75. It was not cheap at all, but worth it. It's a great album. Alright, so we're coming up to the last couple of albums, and these are going to be non-progressive rock, so just bear with me now. So this first one here, this is the John Frusciante and Omar Rodriguez Lopez like collaborative album. You can't find this anywhere for cheap at all. It's a fantastic album. It's just pretty much instrumental guitar playing. Definitely right up my street. It's quite psyche and quite proggy in its own way, but this is very difficult to find. I think this might be on coloured vinyl as well. Let's have a look. So this is the inside. Oh, it is. Look. So it's on red vinyl. And it is a very, very good album. If you're able to find it on vinyl for cheap, again, I doubt it because I think this was only ever reissued once. Pick it up if you can. It's a very good album. Take what you know about Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Mars Volta and put it aside for this album because this is just pretty much just guitar playing, ambient guitar playing, and it's fantastic. And I absolutely adore this. This is really, really good. We got this actually at the beginning of lockdown. I discovered it because I was really, really big into Red Hot Chili Peppers at the beginning of last year. Still am. I still love them. But I found this album because my dad liked the Mars Volta and I like Red Hot Chili Peppers, so I found the album. And we were contemplating it for a bit. We just thought, well, this is very, very pricey. What do we do? And we just decided to go for it, really. It's a fantastic album. Definitely one of the best impulse buys, I think, that we've ever done. and it's just great. It's a shame that a lot of these albums that I'm talking about haven't really been reissued or, you know, made a lot cheaper. But hey, reissues are still expensive as hell. I mean, over here I was looking for a copy of the new Pink Floyd 1990 Nebworth concert, and I found one in a record store for like £45. It was expensive as hell. Pink Floyd charge their albums through the roof. Yeah, reissues over here are very expensive. I tend to just dig through the second-hand sections because you can find a lot more stuff there. Firstly, a lot more stuff, and secondly, you can find stuff for cheaper and could possibly sound better, because reissues are very hit or miss. They either sound really good, or they sound just really quiet and quite bad. Sorry, I meant really loud, not really quiet. I've had a lot of records that have just been, when you put the needle down, the surface noise is so loud, you can barely hear the music at some points, and, you know, it's a bit of a shame. You really got to get the right reissuing company or pressing company to do your records. Alright, so we're on to the last one. Again, not another, it's not a prog album. This is an album that I got into during last year. It's a 90s group. They're very good, and I'm sure that you guys will know them because they are quite popular. We have Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by the Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins are a very great 90s group. This was incredibly hard to find. You can't find it on vinyl anywhere. If you've got a copy of this, do not sell it. Keep it on you, because it is worth a fortune. And we didn't get this for very cheap either. But again, me and my dad, we were listening to a lot of the Smashing Pumpkins discography, and this is a mighty album, and it's a fantastic double album as well. And it was just very hard to find, but we wanted it because we love the album, so we just decided to do another impulse buy and just get it. So it comes in a nice box, and all the discs are in there. There are 4 discs, I believe. And yeah, actually, Silly Lobster, who's which is the band I'm in, we did a cover of 1979, which is, I think, one of their most well-known songs. I was on bass at that point. I still am. And it was great fun. I have a recording of it somewhere because we had to do like a professional recording and mixing of it. So if I find it, I might upload it to YouTube if that's something people are interested in. Just note that I'm on bass. I think I made quite a lot of mistakes, so bear with me. Because I'm still figuring out if I preferred using a pick or if I preferred fingerstyle. I prefer playing a pick, and I know a lot of people are going to get angry at me for that, but you can't get too mad because Chris Squire used a pick. I know a lot of the greatest bassists don't use picks, but I find it easier for my kind of playing style, I guess. So that is the end of today's video. Let me know what your rarest albums are, if you have a first pressing of something, or if you have just a rare copy or a colour reissue or whatever. It'll be great to read your guys' comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Saturdays with Dad. Haven't decided what we're going to do tomorrow, but I can assure you it'll be fun. Alright, see you later. Bye.